Now, I've cut vegans a lot of slack. But if you take my fucking ribeye, shit's gonna get fucking real quick. What the fuck? Motherfucking, the stupidity never ends. I could make a whole YouTube career on just talking shit on stupid shit we do. So, Mayor Bill de Blasio, about 5 or 6 days ago, I guess, at least that's when the fake news about it came out, has decided that to launch the Green New Deal in New York City. Cuomo is also considering this Green New Deal, but I saw nothing mentioned about meat in the New York State version of Ocasio-Cortez's fucking bullshit, stupid fucking Green New Deal. Now, I realize that's political, and if you're, leaning far to the left, you probably agree with the Green New Deal, but I have a fundamental disagreement with this, and it's not going to pass nationally, but that isn't going to stop our stupid-ass states from doing the stupid shit, which means you just got to pick and choose where you live. Let's chase more people out of New York. We haven't done enough already, apparently. Without getting too political, let me just go over some of the wonderful things that have been enacted in New York City and why you should be a little bit concerned, and I also want to address a criticism of my previous video where I said give vegans a break. Somebody, I would look it up, but I've got a lot going on. I ain't got time. I was criticized in that I need to choose a side, and I want to address that a little bit. So first, let's go over what the fuck prompted this video to begin with. Apparently, the City Council of New York City has passed into law a bill that is apparently going to cut government. They're not banning fucking hot dogs and meat from the entire population in New York City. They're not outlawing street vendors, which there's like hot dog fucking vendors all over the place. They're not going into grocery stores yet and taking away their ability to supply meat. Though I would not rule out a meat tax coming up. Mark my words, there's going to be a tax on meat at some point, because that's the direction our government seems to be heading in terms of our laws and shit. So now, I'm a fairly moderation kind of guy. I don't personally have a problem with vegans. I do have a problem with the vegans that want to tell me what the fuck I can and cannot eat and mandate it by law. And not just do it in, the sense. Here's what the New York law does do. It is looking to cut meat, not just processed meat, but all meat, by 50% by the year 2040, 2030, somewhere in there, in all government facilities and hospitals and schools. That last one's pretty fucking important, but so is the hospital one. Because if you're in the hospital and you're relying on them to feed your ass, guess what they're gonna fucking feed you? And when you send your little tyke off to school hoping that he lives a long, healthy, productive life, look at the bullshit they're fucking feeding him on Meatless Monday. Another great fucking thing that they're doing in New York City. And we should look at this as an example of what not to fucking do with government, all right? The government isn't the way to fix our health. I don't know if anybody's figured that out over the past fucking 20 years, or 50 years for that matter, that the government doesn't know what the fuck they're doing in terms of public health. They know how to protect industries, like the pharmaceutical fucking industry, the big industrial agricultural industry, and make no mistake, that's not going anywhere anytime soon. They're just pulling it away from meat and cow farts, don't get me started, and moving it over to Monsanto's bullshit. Destruction of the soil, filling us with glyphosate, completely turning our fucking arable land into deserts at some point, yet somehow we're expected to believe that this Green New Deal, cause cow farts and shit, meanwhile we're gonna completely destroy our land with monoculture crops to produce grain to feed us. Because grain is the only alternative to meat if you're looking to get the fucking calories in. You're not gonna do it with fucking salads and vegetable oils. Because the vegetable oils are gonna fucking kill you too. I mean, you know, we can go back and forth on factory farming and how that does need to change and how we need to get a more sustainable form of agriculture that includes fucking meat. But we're not doing that. You see, what I see when I see the Green New Deal is I see fucking money. Dollar bills. That's what I see. They're not saving the planet. They're saving their fucking wallets. And I in no way want to empower the government with the ability to tell me what I can and cannot eat in any fucking way. I don't care what the fucking problem is. I don't care if cow farts are the equivalent of fucking nuclear fallout. You don't get the right to tell me to legislate what I can and cannot eat or force me to eat your shit when I happen to be a guest in one of your fucking facilities. I'm pissed, all right? Because granted, this isn't reaching me yet, but it is in the New York State Legislature to do this. And I tell you, the day this gets passed, I'm leaving fucking New York. I'm not going to stay in a state that is controlling my health, mandating my health, in a grim effort to change our climate environment. Now, I'm not here to say I'm a pro or against global warming. What I do know is we have overpopulated the world, and that has had catastrophic effects on our environment. Not just in terms of global warming, but in pollution, in deforestation, in our industrial agriculture basically destroying land and taking away resources that we need to survive. And it's not a sustainable formula long term. Probably won't come to fruition in my lifetime, but sooner or later, we're gonna run out of shit. And we're gonna have to eat that unhealthy pseudo fucking processed food or starve. It's just the way it's going. Now, we could right the ship, but we're not going to do it by fucking passing laws that force everyone to do whatever one fucking special interest group wants you to do. No. You vote with your wallet. You manipulate the economic situation of these food companies and these big agricultural industries. Don't buy bad shit. And guess what? They'll stop making bad shit. It's really that simple. If you want to control these guys, and they'll do everything, they'll kick and scream, they'll put on fucking health fucking shit all over CNN, they'll fucking tell you, one day they're telling you the fucking keto diet's good, the next day they're telling you it's a fucking bag of shit. You know, even recently, my local news channel ran a story about that. It seemed like it was going to be a positive piece about keto. But at the end, they put some nutritionist on that said that you gotta have fucking grain in your life. And that keto is unhealthy long term, even though there's no fucking proof of that. And they're going back to saying some kids in the epilepsy study, which lasted 5 years, had some kind of fucking problems. Yet we don't know what they were eating that was keeping them ketogenic necessarily. But I can tell you, as someone who's been keto for 4 years and I have no health problems. I'm a healthy motherfucker and shit, despite eating fucking meat. But, and then they'll come back. They won't even bless it yet. They'll show you this positive piece about a person, and they did in this news story, who lost a lot of weight. Their personal trainer is the one that got them on board to keto. And then they take some fucking college nitwit that went to fucking study nutrition in our lovely education system, come out and tell us, oh, well, no, it's not within our, we need to, no, caution, bad, it's not, and then I got in a little debate with somebody that the keto diet's not for everyone, and I responded with, yeah, the keto diet isn't for everybody. Some people just don't want to be healthy, and a keto diet is just not for them. It's really... and then they went back and forth, a balanced diet and all of the, the usual fucking arguments that I've dispelled hundreds of times on this channel and that many others have poked holes in. You know what the balanced diet got us? It got us fucking a 50 to 60% obesity rate, which we are pretty close to. It's, more like 70%, I would say, overweight. And probably 75% bad health. Public health is in the shitter. There's not a lot of healthy motherfuckers left running around in the world. Everybody's either medicated, are having metabolic problems, autoimmune illnesses, mental health issues. We've fucked it all up. And you know what? This Green New Deal has nothing to do with your health. Save the planet, fuck the humans. And, ironically, that's the solution, I guess, to this whole problem. Let's ban fucking humans, apparently. Is that the next step? Once we figure out that cow farts aren't causing the problem? That our entire system is fucking causing global warming because we have too many people in concentrated spaces and not enough resources in those spaces to support that population. So we're having to pull resources from around the world and ship them, which is no fucking short amount of CO2. And when you bounce the number of cars against the number of cows, I think you'll know where the real problem with CO2 goes. But let's not forget that CO2 is fuel for plants. They produce the oxygen we fucking breathe. They do so with carbon dioxide. Just saying. Maybe it's not a bad thing. As far as temperature and extreme weather, yeah, that happens. But that's happened throughout human history. But I'm not here to turn this into some kind of environmental debate. What I am here to say is our health is more important. And if you're trying to tell me that processed food and grains are the way to save our planet, then you're essentially telling me that in order to save the planet, we're going to sacrifice our health and well-being in the process. I think there's a way we could meet, both ways. With a more organic, sustainable farming practices to support the population. And yeah, let's go more electric in our cars and shit. It's going to be more pricey. So we might want to work on our economic situation a little bit. But, one thing I've been noticing, I've been hitting the rideshare pretty hard. Don't get me started on Uber's bullshit. But I've been out there and our infrastructure is shit. Alright, I'm hitting potholes all the time. Half the roads I'm driving on are big fucking cracked fucking pieces of shit. All the bridges are about ready to fucking fail. Our infrastructure's horse shit. And yet we're worrying about cow farts and whether or not you get a fucking hot dog if you go to the hospital. All while feeding our kids grains and shit. instead of meat. It's pretty cheap. You know, if you look at that picture that I got running behind me, which was from CNN and their little story on Meatless Mondays, which, make no mistake, that's just you give them 1 inch, there's going to be more meatless days at a week coming. But look how cheap the food is on those plates. Did you note that? You know, go into your local grocery store and pick 1 box of mac and cheese, or 1 box of macaroni for that matter. How many kids are you feeding there? How much health are you taking away from those kids in the process? You know, childhood obesity is way up. CDC's going on and on about it. Yet you're going to take away meat and feed them that shit and somehow expect our kids to get healthy and become productive, healthy members of society as adults. All while teaching them the stupid fucking shit that we're doing over and over again that's running us into the ground as it is. So, I have nothing against vegans. Go be a fucking vegan. But leave our food system alone. Stop fucking with people. And this goes for carnivores too. The carnivores being extremists and the vegans being extremists, I do not agree with any of that. Because we still live in a capitalistic system here in the United States. So honestly, if you want to really do something about it, convince your friends to vote with their wallets. But you should not and do not get to legislate what people get to eat. You don't. You shouldn't be taxing it either. I don't even advocate you taxing fucking processed foods. And I fucking hate the fact that processed foods have destroyed both my health over the years, and I see all the health of people around me going down the fucking tubes, struggling on the daily because of our processed food shit. And we're not doing anything about that. And you're going to tax arguably the healthiest food that we should be eating, which is meat. And we've been eating meat for fucking millions of years. There has been no meat-free fucking diet in human history. And you want to be the first to fucking do that? And you think there's not going to be consequences to doing that? So all you vegans that are trying to lobby for this shit, you need to stop, alright? Go be a vegan. Convince people around you to be vegan all you fucking want. Good luck with that. But with an 85 to 90% dropout rate of veganism long term, I'm willing to bet that you don't have enough of a case to go into our fucking government and lobby for legislation that outlaws my ability to have fucking ground beef and fucking ribeyes and all the other fucking meat I eat. Chicken, turkey, hot dogs, pepperoni. Unhealthy meats, processed meats. But by no means do I want legislation to control that for me. I also don't want subsidies for food industries. I don't. Let the market decide. Don't subsidize grain. Don't subsidize sugar. Don't subsidize high fructose corn syrup. Take that money and put it into your fucking windmills and your solar panels that you want to put on every fucking thing. You know, if you want to really change things. But all I see when I see Green New Deal is somebody's getting a fucking raw deal so that somebody else can get more money and more power. That's what I think of this Green New Deal horseshit. And I don't normally do much in the way of politics on this channel. I don't. But when they're trying to fucking step on my dick as a mostly carnivorous fucking keto person, I gotta speak up. So I'm gonna speak up. So you ask, what side am I on? Am I against the vegans? Not if the vegans aren't fucking with me. If they don't fuck with me, they don't fuck with people in general, they just go and do their vegan things in their little vegan restaurants, more power to them. I have no problem with that. But you do not get to tell me or anyone else what I can and cannot fucking eat, ever. And I will never stand for that. And neither should anybody else. So, I see all of this extreme activism going on both sides. Raising awareness is one thing, but trying to control another person is an entirely other thing. And if you're erring on the side of that, then you're lost, in my opinion. If you make a strong enough case, people will change. They have to want to change. And in order to want to change, they have to see a benefit over their current existing dogma. And you're not doing that by being an extremist as a carnivore or an extremist as a vegan. All you got to do is get your own house in order. Get your own health in order. Get the health of those around you. And it's contagious. When people see you feeling better, when they see you doing better, they want to know how the fuck you're doing it. Because they're miserable and they feel like shit all the time. Then you tell them, and some of them are going to take your shit on. I ain't doing that. I saw on CNN the other day that that's fucking shit. It makes my fucking crotch smell like fucking dead bodies. You know, but go long enough, continue to lead by example. Eventually they're going to realize that the way they're doing shit is not sustainable. I hit the wall in my 30s. There's people hitting the wall in their 20s now. And I'm talking about health span, where you're not in the medical system, where you're not on fucking pills and prescriptions, where you go into the doctor and he pats you on the back and says, have a nice fucking day. I'm not making any money off of you, you fucking piece of shit. Why don't you go eat some fucking macaroni and grains so you can come in here and spend thousands of dollars on healthcare, dickhead? By the way, if you're in our fucking hospital, you're only gonna get fucking grains and sugars and fruit and vegetables. That's all you're fucking getting. Everything possible to destroy your health and keep you coming back. Sounds like a good business model to me, I guess. So, now that I've made myself perfectly clear on where I stand on this issue, you know, take care of yourself. If someone wants to know how you're being healthy, share it with them. But we're not going to get change through legislation. In fact, that will get exactly the opposite. People will rebel against that. They will say, well, I just won't fucking live in New York City. You know? I'm not going to let them destroy my health. You know? And if the whole country does it, then there'll be people going, hey, I don't want to live here. And they'll go to somewhere where they can have their fucking meat. So let's stop being stupid. Stop making new laws that impose on our freedom to choose what to put into our bodies. And I don't give a fuck how many cow... There's the other thing about the cow fart thing. Have you not kept track of the human population? And last I checked, every single one of us is fucking farting. Ironically, carnivores fart a lot less. Does that cancel out? If you're on a low-fiber diet, you're not farting much. In fact, the only time I seem to have a lot of farting action is when I eat something with fiber, like nuts and stuff like that. All kinds of farting going on. If I was strict carnivore, I don't get any of that. So strict carnivores arguably cancel out the cow farts, wouldn't you say? Not to mention the billions of people farting all the fucking time. We're destroying the world, one fart at a time. Do you have any idea how stupid that is? That's the dumbest vegan argument out there. There's plenty of vegan arguments I've heard over the years. Cow farts is the stupidest one. If you're arguing because of cow farts and the environment, then you have no fucking idea what you talk about. Now, an argument can be made in terms of industrial agriculture's impact. We could have a conversation, maybe even see eye to eye on a few things. But if you come at me with cow farts, I'm going to be like, well, you're lost. I can't fucking help you. I can't reason with you. I might as well not even waste my time. So, I'm not a fucking expert. I'm just an asshole who wants to be able to go to New York City or any other fucking city and eat whatever the fuck I want. And right now, what I want is lots of meat and fat, because I'm mostly keto and carnivore. Every once in a while, I have some nuts. Every once in a while, I have some Halo Top. I have dairy in my life in the form of heavy cream and cheese. I want to be able to eat those things no matter where the fuck I go. And I don't want to have to pay an extra tax for it, because it's already pretty fucking expensive to buy meat as it is. Especially organic, like I usually try to get, because I don't believe in the factory farming. But sometimes I'm a broke motherfucker and I gotta eat the factory farm shit and hope that it's not fucking me up. Beggars can't be choosers. So, you know, that's... I don't want laws to control my food. I'm perfectly capable of making my own fucking decisions, thank you very much. I'm a grown-ass man who can make his own decisions. I've gotten this far in my life. I've reversed my health where the system failed to do so. You know, I went from being bad health, obese, on the way to a grabber, on the way to fucking diabetes, to healthy, hiking, looking to hike fucking Yosemite. Shit I wouldn't have done in my 20s because I was so unhealthy back then. I'm doing now in my 40s. I'd say I'm doing a much better job than the fucking government and healthcare industries have done with my own health. So, that's where it's at. That's how I stand. You want to change things, you got to do it first by starting with yourself, then showing those around you, lead by example, show them the way, and voting with your wallets. Don't have cheat days where you buy fucking shitty shit. Because all you're doing is saying, just give me more shitty shit. Here's some more money. Give me some shit. I want some shit with a side of shit so that my arteries can go to shit. My fucking colon can go to shit. My fucking liver's shit. It's just give me more shit. Let's stop it. All right? Let's take better care of ourselves. And I think you'll find the more people that are taking care of themselves, a lot of these problems will work themselves out. You know, that's my thoughts on it. I can't fucking guarantee anything. So, I'm not a fucking expert. I'm just a fucking asshole. Please like and subscribe for more shit, more rants when things piss me off. If you liked this video, you found it entertaining or enlightening in any way, or maybe you didn't like it, I don't know, but you want to see me keep making videos, head to ScottTheTruckDriver.com and leave a tip in the virtual fucking tip jar, and I'll make more shit. And I'll keep making more shit as much time as I can, which is based largely on my current economic situation. So, that being said, it's time to bring up a few changes that are for the next couple months anyway. I'm currently taking a step back from the podcast. I need to make a little bit more money than I normally do, and the podcast is the lowest on the totem pole. It's still above ad revenue for the month, but I can make that money elsewhere more efficiently through client work. I'm trying to focus more on my photography business too, to get that spun up a bit. And some other ideas that I have going forward. I'm also trying to spin up that second channel, you know, because it'd be nice to have two different channels that are bringing income in. So I'm trying to build Scott the Photographer. Go check it out and subscribe. It's all one word if you're searching for it. I've heard that it's hard to find if you type Scott space the space photographer. Just type Scott the Photographer, all one word, pops right up at the top. You know, so it's not that I'm quitting the podcast, and plus there's 33 podcasts there. That's 66 plus hours of content that not a lot of people have downloaded, you know, enough to make it worth what I did for it. But it's still all there, and a lot of it is still pertinent today. And if you're ever starving for extra content from me, you can still buy those podcasts as we speak right now on ScottTheTruckDriver.com. I will be taking a break from the Friday podcasts, but I will be live streaming a lot more than I normally do. Usually I live stream once a month. I will probably live stream every other week now to kind of go through, and I'll put together, it's basically a podcast, so to speak, but it's live, and you know, it's really easy for me. All I got to do is put together the research and then give my presentation live and then interact with you guys and answer your questions. And I kind of like that more interactive environment. So we'll roll with that for a while, see how it goes. If that turns out to be successful, I might do that every week instead of the downloadable podcasts. So, you know, because I find I reach more people with the live streams than I do with the podcasts. So that's where I'm at with that. I have one more personal trainer session left. And we're going to go over, on the last session, we're going to go over what routines I should follow on my own going forward. I'm still making strength gains. I'm up to almost 50 pounds in my curls. I did 8 body weight dips and weighing at 204, 205-ish. That's pretty good for me that I'm doing that level of body weight dips. Still not doing body weight pull-ups yet, but, you know, we'll see. See how I get some gains. I'm noticing a little bit of physical changes in my musculature, so there's that. But I'm not losing weight. I am hovering up a bit, but I even dropped a little bit. It's like my metabolism just seems to keep compensating, even with the fact that I'm trying to overeat and gain muscle weight. Like I got up to 209 at the peak, and then it dropped down like 3 days later, and a good sit on the bowl, down to 204. And that's where I started. So now I'm fucking still the same weight. So what does that mean? Did I burn off some fat and gain some muscle? Because I made strength gains. But we'll see. We're going to explore that in the picking shit up and putting shit down videos that I plan. So look forward to that. That's all. That's updates for now. Also, don't forget, we are still planning the keto retreat in Thailand. The links for that will be in the description in case you wanted to get set up and book that trip. I hope to see you guys there. I hope we can make this thing a regular thing if we are successful with it. It'd be nice to step away where hot dogs aren't fucking outlawed anymore and you can eat fucking meat. In fact, it's encouraged in Thailand to eat meat. You know, you walk by street vendors, there's meat fucking everywhere. Not sure where the meat came from, but, you know, sometimes you gotta make an omelet with some broken ass eggs and shit. Did I say that right? I don't think I said that right. This is why I'm not an expert. That's it for this fucking video. I will be trying to produce more content for both this channel and for the photography channel, but I'm kind of alternate between, like, I'll do a video here, a video there, a video here. I did 2 videos here this time, so I'm due for a photography video is my next video that I choose to shoot. So I'm pumping out content here, pumping out content there. That's not going to change. Just taking a break from the podcast. At some point, I do plan on putting a compilation of, you know, for a discount for all the podcasts in a package deal at some point, kind of like a massive, huge, you know, 66-hour audiobook or something. I don't know. I'll figure that out at some point. If you guys are interested in that, put it in the comments. Or if you wouldn't buy, like, all the podcasts at a discount, packaged together, say so, and I won't fucking bother. So, that's it. Have a nice motherfucking day. And shit. Don't take my fucking ribeyes. You leave my fucking ribeyes alone. Fucking vegans. Alright? You want me to still be reasonable with vegans, right? You want me to not pick a side, so to speak. Then you leave my fucking meat alone. You just leave my fucking meat alone. Damn it. And fuck you, Bill de Blasio. I'll never live in New York City. I probably won't even fucking visit there and give you my tourist dollars after this shit. Fucking piece of shit.